Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to LoL Tourneys Week 8 Finals between GG Gaming and Asuna Fan Club. I am Eskis Valius, with me is Vinny Abyss, and we are going to be bringing this action to you. It is a best of 5, right, Mike?
Yes, it is. And I am piggybacking off you, so I will be a little bit behind on the picks and bans here.
That is okay. I'll let everybody know. First ban by GG Gaming is Sejuani. And then the first ban by Asuna Fan Club is Thresh. I don't know if these are targeted. I know GG Gaming likes to play Sejuani, so it's interesting that they would ban it unless someone on Asuna Fan Club is known for their Sejuani play.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking to Placebo and them a little bit ago and kind of getting a little bit of a feel for them. And it looks like, I mean, they do jungle Sejuani quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But they also, I'm sure...
Hecarim ban.
Yeah, there's the Hecarim ban going off. They're not actually a big fan of Hecarim. They don't play him as far as I know. So
I honestly don't understand how anyone cannot be a fan of Hecarim, but that's just me. The idea that you could not like Hecarim for any reason is beyond my comprehension. I don't understand that.
And they might be going, yeah, I mean, you would imagine that they would pick up Sedge. She's very, very strong in the jungle right now. And I believe last Sunday we saw the Nautilus jungle come out of them as well. So we'll see if they decide to pick that up or they decide to
ban.
Go a different route here.
That's for the top lane. You told me the top laner loves to play really aggressive on GG Gaming. Who is their top laner?
Their top laner today is Placebo.
Placebo, yeah. You told me he loves to do the aggressive thing, so Renekton, I can see that.
Their whole team likes to be super, super aggressive. And to answer all of you guys' questions in chat, we're going to clear this up real quick. We do have Kha'Zix and Shen banned out. Two teams today couldn't make it due to Memorial Day, so unfortunately they got disqualified. So we're going straight to the finals today, and then afterwards, Kyle, if you're up to it, we might be doing some ARAMs or
absolutely
faction matches or something to that extent for the rest of the day streaming.
Yeah, if y'all want to come in, hang out, play some games, do some things, we're going to be around. So come join us. Oh, and the Blitzcrank. The jungle Blitzcrank. No, they probably won't. They probably won't do that. But they do have him, and TF and Caitlyn both being picked up now. It's interesting that you leave Twisted Fate out on the field at this point, just because I know at high-level play, people just ban him due to his extreme presence and just ability to ruin everybody's day in the same place at the same time. So it's interesting that they let him slide at this point, but they might have they might, I mean, everybody has their reasons. I guess GG Gaming isn't too afraid of that.
I mean, they're super, super aggressive, and Twisted Fate tends to take advantage of that. And we do see Cho'Gath. Is that, I can't see if that's locked in or not.
It's not. It's they changed to Caitlyn.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Twisted Fate, leaving him open is generally just bad idea. I really, really wish that, I mean, hopefully Twisted Fate kind of plays into the aggressiveness of GG Gaming. We saw them last Sunday, and they're very, very aggressive. They tend to get an early lead and just keep that pressure up. So we'll see if Twisted Fate can turn the tides of that.
Yep. Yeah, and I think that's a good counterplay to their strategy. Taking a bit of time for GG Gaming to pick up their next two champions. But, a lot of things with Blitzcrank so it looks like they're going to go for Nautilus, which is, they're going for Hook City over here. Thresh has been banned, so Nautilus and Blitzcrank both. That's always a dangerous combination to have. So, and we see the Varus pick. How do you feel about Varus versus Caitlyn? I feel like Varus is probably one of the better choices to counter a Caitlyn in lane. Yeah,
I mean, he's got decent range, and he's got a really big slow. And that makes it very hard for Caitlyn to get close enough to do anything. It does have that Q, which is very, very long range. So I believe the range on that is, I want to say 1250 or 1500, something like that. I could be totally wrong. I know it's longer than Ezreal Q. So
yeah. So again, we're going to see, excuse me, we're going to see Varus and Nautilus on GG Gaming. The next two pickups for Asuna Fan Club, we can see a Lulu and a Jarvan. So a little bit interesting there. GG Gaming doesn't have a whole lot of AoE, so it's going to be advantageous for the Jarvan initiate. Is going to be pretty stellar, especially into a Lulu ultimate following that. So that's going to go really well for Asuna Fan Club if they can pull that off correctly. We're seeing a Darius now. Again, you mentioned that they love that really aggressive top lane, and Darius is a really aggressive top lane. So there you have it.
Yeah, they also have like super dive teams, and yes, Darius can dive, but he doesn't have a gap closer, so you got to play that a little more careful when you dive. Rumble. Oh, he does decide to hover over Rumble. I thought that was locked in. That's my mistake.
No, it's not locked in. Yeah, the combo here now. Lee Sin maybe? They don't. It doesn't look like he knows exactly what he's going to choose for the top lane yet. So we're going to see. Looks like it's going to be Lee Sin. So an interesting choice. I would have thought Rumble would have been better, and now we see Asuna Fan Club picking up Rumble. So you can already see the synergy of locking somebody in with a Lulu ulted Jarvan and a Rumble. With the Jarvan wall, you can already see where that's going to go on. And then, of course, TF and Caitlyn just being able to do, whatever they want from the outside. And other than just Hook City, I don't really see so much synergy between GG Gaming's champions.
And I believe last Sunday as well, they didn't really have a whole lot of synergy. They just had a lot of dive and a lot of early aggression. And that's what they use to, if they get that early lead, 9 times out of 10, they will win the game.
They do have a lot of shields. They do have a lot of shields. They have Nautilus. Nautilus has a shield. Blitzcrank has a shield. Lee Sin has a shield. Lux has a shield. So they will be able. Diving is something that team is going to be very capable of.
And it's also Twisted Fate's going to have to be very careful in that situation because, like you said, 4 members of that team do have a shield, and if he ults in the wrong spot, he's just going to get nuked out.
Right.
Although I do like the synergy for Asuna Fan Club. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty excited to see how a double knockup we see Jarvan EQ into him, and I expect to see Lulu ult, probably a couple flashes, and then Jarvan ult on top of him to lock him in. So,
yep. There are a few things in League of Legends more satisfying than a QER Jarvan combo executed perfectly that you might murder your opponent. Just the way that feels and the animation that you get to watch of Jarvan just yanking himself across the battlefield and leaping mightily into the air to Demacia the crap out of that unsuspecting mid or AD carry is that's pretty awesome.
And I would like to, we do have a new loading screen, guys. We are in the 3-minute delay here.
Yes.
But it gave us time to show you guys our new loading screen that Bill Bro spent like 2 days perfecting.
New loading screen. I want to see. Ooh. Wow. Look at that. Dang. New loading screen.
This makes me not even want to play League of Legends anymore and just watch games with this
I just want to watch your loading screen. Look at that. Look how smexy. It's all like divided and profile-y. It's nice. I'm into it.
Yeah, so we do have the 3-minute delay. What are your thoughts overall?
I think. Oh, sorry.
I expect Nautilus to maybe try to feed Lux or Lee Sin early, because Rumble's a tough matchup for Lee Sin. So
yes, Rumble. Yeah, no, Rumble is a tough matchup for Lee Sin. Honestly, I would expect him to feed Lux, and the reason is because it'll be easier for him to feed Lux. Diving Rumble is very dangerous. Ganking Rumble is very dangerous. It often ganks on a Rumble, no matter who your jungler and top lane combination are. Like, unless, I'm not going to say that completely, but there's very few combinations that can guarantee a kill on a Rumble with minimal damage. Rumble is very good at, even if he gets ganked, even if he's low, he puts on Flame Spitter and Equalizer and puts up a shield and does some Electro Harpoon kiting, and then all of a sudden somebody's dead. Rumble might go down too, but he's going to take somebody with you, especially if you dive him. Now,
or unless you're PDD and you 2v1 Dyrus and St. Vicious.
Exactly.
and
Now,
then kill them both.
right. Well, that's what Rumble does. Rumble is just crazy like that. Now, if you gank Twisted Fate, you might get gold carded. That's the worst that's going to happen to you. I mean, unless he's fed, he's not going to drop you. And between Lux and Nautilus, Twisted Fate doesn't stand a chance if he gets caught out. There's nothing, like, he'll just die. So I would expect to see a lot of ganks on the mid lane. And Nautilus is really good at ganking in the mid lane. So, I mean, he's good at ganking in general, but mid lane is just so open. All that he has to worry about is a minion wave. I mean, it's going to be pretty easy for him to land those hooks.
Yeah, and he generally, a lot of Nautilus just run up and auto attack you and then hook you, or slow you and then hook you after you flash.
Right.
So Twisted Fate's gonna have to plan that out carefully.
Right. I mean, that's the thing with the Lux combination too. If Nautilus is able, Nautilus could even start with a hook because there's so much CC between him and Lux that they should be able to take him down, regardless of the order in which it's used.
Yeah, that is true. So I mean, Twisted Fate's gonna have to get some wards up early, keep them up, and be very, very careful. Vision
is important. When there's an enemy Nautilus, you have to have vision because when he ganks you, the damages happen.
Yeah. Nautilus does do some damage.
Mostly the CC, but mostly related to the CCs, but the damages do happen.
And so, I mean, Lulu Caitlyn's pretty safe, so I think Nautilus might have a hard time as long as that if they land a Blitzcrank hook, one of them is
that's the only way that that's the only way that bot lane is gonna. I mean, I expect bot lane to be very low stress, and because there's a Blitzcrank, so Asuna Fan Club is not going to want to get anywhere close to that Blitzcrank. And second of all, it's Lulu Caitlyn. I mean, they're not going to get close anyway. And Varus doesn't have a whole lot of trouble farming from range. He's not going to get poked out by Caitlyn like somebody like Vayne would. So, I mean, I think you're just going to see a lot of passive farm down there.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be too exciting until somebody shows up to have a gank. Both Jarvan and Nautilus are terrors when they gank, so
yes.
Obviously a lot of jungle action in this game is what I'm hoping for.
You know, I really do. At the end of the day, I just really do like the classic Nautilus skin.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big fan of any of the Nautilus skins, actually.
Well, Astro Nautilus is awesome. That skin is sweet. Because he bounces. There's nothing funnier than watching Nautilus bounce.
So we are sitting here. I've run out of things to talk about.
Lucky for you, I never run out of things to talk about.
This is true.
Lulu, speaking of things to talk about, has just been found by the whole team. There's a first blood for Lux. Yay! There's that, and we're not stopping. Lee Sin goes in. We got the Q from Varus. They're chasing. Lee Sin has popped his red pot. What else does he have? He just has the wards in the pot. So we're gonna see that first blood go to Lux. Everybody gets an assist except for Lee Sin somehow. I thought he was in on that, but I guess he wasn't. So that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, we did have a little bit of an error with the loading. The League of Legends client seemed to have crashed onto our cameraman here, so.
Oh, that's no good.
You guys are just acting like this is the radio.
I'll give my best verbal narration. This is a radio game right now. So Nautilus and Lux are doing some jungles right now. Just getting them wolves. We've got Rumble and TF helping out Jarvan on that side. So nobody's invading anymore. We're just kind of doing their thing. Blitzcrank and Varus are doing doubles. So they're going to get that early experience, but Blitzcrank is pretty low because
he missed the experience from that big golem, so that kind of wasn't worth it. Let's see if we can.
Lee Sin is in for a little bit of a surprise. He's going to be 2v1ing up top.
Yeah, I mean, Lee Sin can Q farm, but that's rough.
It's not.
If I could have our cameraman roll back real quick, hopefully we don't miss anything to the first blood. I'd appreciate it. So we're going to give him just a second. He's going to try to rewind here for us.
See that. Lee Sin can Q farm, but here's the deal. He's against Caitlyn and Lulu. So I'm guessing his life is going to be really tough. Whereas Rumble's going to be fine. All he has to do is make sure he doesn't get grabbed, and he's going to be fine.
So League of Legends replay won't let us rewind all the way back to the death, and Rumble does get grabbed.
Oh, Rumble does get grabbed and is forced to flash. So Nagro Fire landing that grab, popping the flash early. Now Rumble's sort of on borrowed time.
Yeah, if he gets grabbed again, he's kind of...
Yeah. And here comes Nautilus for Twisted Fate in the middle. He's running around with both buffs. Let's see what we can do. There's a card. Lux is going to land the binding. Nautilus runs up, the hook, the root. We got the gold cards from on the Lux. Jarvan has arrived. He's going to QE into Nautilus, who gets ignited. Nautilus fails the flash, and Jarvan's going to pick up the kill. That was an excellent counter gank by Jarvan there.
Yeah, and what kind of happened there was Jarvan was in the right place at the right time, but on Nautilus' side, we talked about waiting for the Q after they flash, and he didn't do that. Even though Lux landed the bind, he was still able to flash out and stall just long enough for Jarvan to show up.
Yeah, if Jarvan wouldn't have been there, they probably would have secured that kill, but the thing is, Jarvan was there. And, you know, at that situation, when you're able to walk up, and because Nautilus has CC on his auto attack, so you've got another half second of root there. I think it's a half second. It might even be 1.5 seconds. But you got that little extra bit of a root there. You don't have to go up and Q right away. You can wait. So that probably would have saved him there too.
And we see Jarvan rotating around. It looks like they're going to try to dive Lee Sin, but Nautilus is coming up in that bush, and Nautilus going to have a surprise for him.
Find Jarvan. There it is. Lee Sin getting dove anyway. Caitlyn's going to be able to put out a lot of damage. Jarvan coming in. Lee Sin flashing. Nautilus there on the tower. Caitlyn's taking a lot of damage. She's forced to barrier. Lulu almost going down. If Twisted Fate was on that team, there would be a kill right there. But unfortunately, he is not. So Lux being forced to go back in the mid lane. TF had to go back. Jarvan's running in. Let's see what he's going to do here in the mid lane. I think he might just try and hold. He might go for a kill. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I think Lulu, even if Lulu would have died, I think she doesn't execute. I don't know if Lee Sin had actually hit her. I could be wrong.
One of them had. I'm not sure. Here comes Jarvan. Oh, we got a kill on bot lane. And Jarvan's in the mid. Lux getting rooted, getting knocked up and stunned. She's got the shields. She's taking a bit of damage. She's going to land some on Jarvan. The barrier's popped. Lux flashes. Really good flash there. Jarvan's going to go down. Lux is going to get a double buff. Oh, man. That was pretty intense right there.
TF runs up to throw some more cards.
Also, we had a kill on Rumble in the bot lane.
Varus 1v1 Rumble right there.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that he was pretty low from earlier, but he did get the 1v1 no assist to Blitzcrank. And it's nice when you can 1v1 your lane and kill them. But it's not as beneficial to your team as if you get the assist in there. So I mean, waiting for the Blitzcrank maybe would have been a little better. They do take that bot tower though, as to be expected.
Yeah.
We might see him swap lanes back now.
GG Gaming is definitely not in the position of they're in the driver's seat right now. So they've got 3 kills. They got tower already. I mean, Lux has double buff at the moment, so that's going to make TF's life really difficult.
Yeah. Well, I mean, TF is ahead of farm. Right around 8 to 10 farm ahead of Lux, but Lux did get the 2 kills. So.
Right.
They're about even as far as gold's concerned. And if you look, Asuna Fan Club has no wards up. Not one.
Nope, not a single ward.
That lets Nautilus just be a
interesting
terror.
factoid here. Lee Sin and Rumble have about the same CS. Caitlyn is actually behind Varus. Lee Sin doing a much better job of CSing in his lane than Rumble is.
Yeah, I mean, he does have that shield in the bit of lifesteal, so he can afford to run up and hit a couple of minions.
Right.
And TF is sitting pretty low. That's Lux nuke range right now, so he's being forced to back.
Yep.
I think if he got caught with E.
And she's going to try it, too. There she goes. Ooh. Oh! Yeah, TXC looking to pick that one up. Almost. Not quite, though. Lee Sin getting pushed onto his tower.
I don't know why they didn't... I don't know why bot lane didn't swap back bot lane.
Yeah, I'm not sure why either.
And they should have tried to keep...
Here comes Nautilus running straight up the lane. He's going to be able to hook if he can get into range. There we go. He throws it. Does not quite land. Lee Sin misses a Q as well, so no action there in the top lane.
I mean, generally when you 2v1 somebody, like Caitlyn and Lulu probably should just rotate back down bot lane, because right now Varus is free farming.
Right.
And that also lets you keep a little better control of Dragon, especially with the TF. So I don't know how I feel about staying 2v1 against Lee Sin. And right now, if they're not careful, Lee Sin could probably just nuke out Caitlyn.
Probably not.
If he times off his abilities right without Lulu being 6.
Here comes TF. He's going somewhere. He's porting over into this little engagement where Varus picks up a kill on Jarvan, stealing the buff. TF's going to get Varus, and Rumble will manage to pick up the kill on Blitzcrank. So an attempted buff steal, but with a TF ult reveals the little sneakiness.
Yeah, I mean, TF capitalized really well on the aggression of GG Gaming right there. Generally, luckily Varus was dead already when he pulled up. That was really good on TF to come in and help secure that. So.
Yep. It's putting them right back in the game.
No pink wards on Bear or Dragon, excuse me.
Gold lead is less than 1,000 right now. TF and Lux both have blue buffs, so they're going to be doing some things, having their blue buff fights as mid laners do. Nautilus is waiting to see if any action can happen in top lane. Jarvan's picking up his red buff. Oh,
Nautilus is kind of just wasting time. They wouldn't try to dive, I don't think, without Lulu ult. Or without Jarvan there. We do see Nautilus coming in, though. Does land the hook on Lulu.
Yes, he does. He's going to be chasing her. Lee Sin following. There's a Nautilus ultimate. Jarvan is there. The Ignite's going to take Lulu out. Lee Sin's got exhaust. He flashes out. Caitlyn's there with Jarvan. And Nautilus is going to save his life, but he'll go down for it. So a little bit of a trade. There's the ultimate from Caitlyn. Not going to be enough to kill Lee Sin, but will force him off the tower. And we're going to see a push here from Jarvan and Caitlyn.
Yeah, I mean, that was really well played by Jarvan to kind of show up, and he responded really well to that. He was in the top half of the jungle, and he managed to rotate just in time. Losing Lulu, but getting Nautilus was a great trade. They also had, I do believe they had 3 assists on the Nautilus kill, or 3 total participants. Yeah,
that was pretty extensive. So good job there by Asuna Fan Club. They just picked up a gold lead as well.
So Asuna Fan Club is keeping up with GG Gaming and their aggression. That's
a lot of really
GG Gaming needs to.
By Jarvan.
Yeah, Jarvan's been kind of he's been in the right place at the right time every time. So great job by Jarvan. He's actually keeping his team in the game. Him and Twisted Fate, I should say.
I mean, that's the danger of Twisted Fate.
Yeah, I mean, when you're playing a super aggressive team, Twisted Fate is there to respond in the bot lane. So even though he is technically losing lane to Lux as far as kills are concerned, he's keeping up with supporting his team.
Yeah,
Lee Sin kind of just
I have to go take care of something. I'll be right back.
So Lee Sin managed to just kind of run in and try to make something happen. It didn't happen. Coming back top to farm. Lanes have gone back to their normal positions now after the 11-minute mark. Varus does have red buffs, so Caitlyn's got to be very careful. One red buff could set up a hook. One red buff POC. So, and still, it's been almost 12 minutes in the game and we haven't seen a pink ward on Dragon or a fight for it. So both teams are being very, very cautious. And Lux is going to get stun carded by TF. Burns the flash. I don't think it's going to be enough. Rumble is going to try to dive here. And they kill Lux just before the laser goes off, and that would have been death for Rumble if Jarvan wasn't there. So, great job by Asuna Fan Club here. And Jarvan does ultimate onto Nautilus. They are going to try to dive the dive suit here, and they do pick up Nautilus. Jarvan barely surviving that tower dive. So, great communication by Asuna Fan Club and setting up another turret dive. Nautilus was just trying to go up and CS a little bit, and he died for it. Blitzcrank is going to try to land a hook, and Lulu dodges that just in time. So, a lot of heartbreak for GG Gaming currently. And we do see Jarvan running down. He is warded, though.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, that I did. I did say GG Gaming was the dive team, and Asuna Fan Club is changing that around on me. So, shame on me. Jarvan's doing an excellent job showing presence, and Lee Sin did land the Q, but it let him back anyway. I'm a little confused at that. But we are going to see a 3-man push down here on bot lane. They need to be careful down here all three of them are relatively low. If they get Blitzcrank pulled into a... Wow, that scared me. Into a Varus ult, that's instant death under a tower. So, Lee Sin does respond, and Lux is rotating around. There's a 5-man party bot lane. I would not be surprised if GG Gaming decides to try to do Dragon here. And Lulu does get caught by the Nautilus, or not. Never mind. Not perfect flash by Lulu there. Wards are going out. It looks like they're going to try to fight for Dragon. They do not have a pink ward though. Asuna Fan Club is well aware of the Dragon attempt. And they're content with trying to do blue buff here. I think they're too low to try to engage here. And as I say that, Rumble does engage. Perfect equalizer onto Jarvan Cataclysm. Nautilus is going to go down next, followed by Lee Sin, and Lux is left alone, does pick up the kill onto Rumble. And Asuna Fan Club did manage to pick up Dragon as well, so that's going to be that's 3.2k gold lead. So great plays by Asuna Fan Club. Waiting that out to the opportune moment. And it looks like Jarvan's just going to take blue buff and not give it to TF here. Just let TF push out here. Yes, he does have the blue cards to try to sustain. He does have a Fairy Charm and a Sheen, so he does have 820 base mana to run around with, which is more than enough for Twisted Fate. He does pick up, after the Dragon attempt, we do see Caitlyn picking up almost an Infinity Edge. TF actually picking up a needlessly large rod, Phoenix Codex, and a Cage's lucky pick, so that power level on TF has gone up quite a bit. Rumble has Haunting Guides, Sork Shoes, and an Arm Guard, so he's pretty beefy at this point in the game, and is doing a lot of damage. Jarvan finishing off that Ancient Golem, getting close to an Aegis, and Lulu does pick up that Ruby Sight Stone, Philosopher's Stone, and some basic wards, and she still has her Explorer ward, which very strange for me. Varus does have a Bloodthirster though, so his power level is right around equal with Caitlyn until she picks up that Infinity Edge. And Lux is going for more defensive route, it looks like, with the Chalice. Right now, turrets are 2-2 with a 23.3k gold lead on Asuna Fan Club. Varus does miss the ult. And Twisted Fate shows up for the party, but he is caught out by himself. Blitzcrank does go down. TF does go down. A Lee Sin kick. And they're going to keep fighting. Jarvan's being forced to back out. I don't think he can escape here. And he does manage to EQ just in time. Caitlyn is caught out by herself. She had plenty of time to get out, and she chose to stay and fight, and falls down to Lee Sin here. So, ooh, and Jarvan does get hit with the Lux Laser. It's not enough. Varus Q hits, not enough.
I'm sorry, guys. I just got back.
You missed a lot of action.
Yeah, apparently I did. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. There's definitely something wrong with motor vehicle that my roommates and I are using, and we are trying to figure out how to make it not die. So, apologies with that. But I'm back. I see that a lot has happened since I left.
Caitlyn did finish. Jarvan is EQing in it.
Oh, wow.
Cataclysm is not up.
Down. Lee Sin's there. That's a 4v2. TF's going to get taken out if he's not careful. Jarvan's there in the front. We got the rest of Asuna Fan Club coming in. Nautilus and Varus both very low. Double kill for J4. The equalizer goes down. Lee Sin is going to dive in on Lux to make sure she doesn't die. The chase on Lux is being given. Jarvan will not stop. The Caitlyn ultimate after the EQ combo takes her down while Rumble and TF pick up the Lee Sin. So, an almost entire team wipe there from the counter push. I'm assuming most of that started with a dragon fight at some point.
Yeah, just to recap real quick. Asuna Fan Club did manage to pick up 4 kills and dragon, I believe.
Yeah, and they're going to make sure they get this right here. This tower's going to go down. Second mid turret, Asuna Fan Club's going to get, that's 3 turrets for Asuna Fan Club. They have 7 kills and about 5,000 gold ahead. Man.
Yeah, you missed a lot. You missed a lot.
Yeah, I must have.
Looks like Rumble and Jarvan are going to try to push down this tower. Now they're going to back out. Blitzcrank does land the grab onto Rumble here. and they're not going to do a whole lot with it. Actually, Rumble's going to ignite him and try to kill him there.
Oh, nice. He will pick that up. He's going to go down, but he will pick that up.
I mean, he did get the assist from Jarvan due to the flag just kind of sitting there. But it was 2 assists for Rumble going down. Killing Blitzcrank at this point in the game isn't really worth a whole lot. I mean, he's 0, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
I don't think he's picked up too many more assists since the beginning of the game, so he's not really worth picking up at this point and risking it.
Yeah. I mean, Blitzcrank and Nautilus both, 0-4-5, 0-5-5, not having the best of games.
And it all goes down to this Jarvan. This Jarvan is 7-2 and 9.
This Jarvan has been doing work.
Unlike St. Vicious, he does give kills to his team. So he's keeping that gold lead's actually going to the right people here. But Jarvan does have Aegis and Ancient Golem now, so he is a giant meat wall.
Yes, he is.
That's going to be very hard to kill. Nobody on the enemy team having a last whisper yet, so Aegis is definitely beneficial for the team. It looks like they're going to try to push down mid tower here.
They really have no reason not to. I mean, Lee Sin is top lane, and you've only got 3 members in mid, and Jarvan's just going to go on to Varus. He's just going to go. There's no reason not to. Here comes TF. Varus is going to go down to Caitlyn, and they're going to keep going. Nautilus is going to get evaporated in there by the equalizer. So Lux sort of left alone. What used to be 3 people defending is now just 1, and Caitlyn's going to just ult because, you know, why not? It's Caitlyn ulti. Yeah, this is getting a little nightmarish for GG Gaming here. Asuna Fan Club just sort of not afraid to do what needs to be done to get kills, and they're just going to start in on Baron.
Yeah, I mean, they could have pushed down a mid tower and then possibly done the inhib, and it looks like they're going to back off to bait this Lee Sin. They do have it. GG Gaming does have it warded, though. They know they're there.
Rumble's just going to keep going. The Jarvan EQ. Lee Sin has gone to a ward. He's going to kick Jarvan into the rest of his team to negate the chase somewhat. They're going to try to take this blue buff here, it looks like. But Blitzcrank is going to be there. He's going to land the grab. There's a Varus ultimate. Oh, GF getting caught out slightly. Jarvan's going to go in on Lux. Lux is going to root him. Varus Q, no ultimate from Lux, but a really great attempt there, and we've got the rest of Asuna Fan Club running around the top side as GG Gaming goes mostly for Jarvan and just making sure everybody gets the F out of their jungle.
Yeah, I mean, GG Gaming need to push this tower down. They need to get some sort of global presence going. They have a big bot lane push by the minions there. And they need to get a couple towers. They need to... Oh, and Blitzcrank does grab Rumble here. And
yes, he does. He's going to grab him, but
team.
nobody's there to finish up, so Rumble's going to walk out of that. They will
They did keep him from backing, so...
Yes, they did.
It looks like Rumble is going to go back up, push that top lane out a little bit. GG Gaming, as many mistakes and errors they have made, as far as not being aware of TF and Jarvan, kind of just being kind of everywhere. TF has a total of 11. He's been involved in 11 kills, whereas Jarvan's been involved in all of them.
Yep. So,
TF and Jarvan really stopping any aggression from GG Gaming. We talked about earlier in the game that GG Gaming, generally, they got to get that early lead because their team doesn't really flow together.
Right.
And we're starting to see them falling further and further behind due to another dragon pickup by Asuna Fan Club.
Lux trying to steal just a little bit too late. You know that, I mean, you looked at the stats from last season. Jarvan was Diamond last season. He was the only one who was ranked that high out of both teams. So, I mean, his ability is showing a little bit there over the rest of his teammates and the rest of his opponents.
I mean, Jarvan is putting in a lot of work. I mean, if you hit F1 and F2, you can look at the different map coverage. GG Gaming is more worried about Baron than anything else, whereas Red Team doesn't have wards on Baron at all. They just kind of have them. They have a couple on the base.
Yeah, they have a couple. They have really forward ward coverage, but I mean, Asuna Fan Club isn't really concerned. I think they're pretty confident that they have control of this game right now, and they're just gonna try to make sure they keep it.
I mean, they do. I mean, if you look at the CS numbers, CS is actually fairly low.
Yeah.
In comparisons to a lot of games, there's a lot more kills. And we do see Jarvan
Jarvan's
Q
going
ult.
in. He's going to ult in on top of Varus. There's the equalizer. Caitlyn's going to throw in a Piltover. We got some flashes being blown. Jarvan's still in there. Rumble picking up a kill on Varus. Lux picking up TF. She's getting chased out by the Lulu ulted Jarvan, though. And Lulu's going to pick up Blitzcrank in the back. Rumble's going to get double kill with the Lee Sin. Nautilus saving Lux from certain demise from the Caitlyn ultimate. And he's going to flash the wall. He might be able to make it out. Lux can probably escape this Jarvan if she makes him EQ. And he's not going to be able to do that to get in. But he's not going to stop diving. The Lulu's there with the shield. Lux is going to ult, or not ult, excuse me. She's going to root and throw the Q down. Nautilus is there. Let's see what we've got. He's going to do some damage. Jarvan and Caitlyn are going to combo for the ace there. So, man.
I mean, that was very well played by, and Rumble does get Jarvan killed because Rumble just Zanya'd.
Yeah. That's pretty funny. I'm Rumble. I'm helping.
Rumble for troll. We saw Jarvan baited over to the wall and let Caitlyn attack over the wall and Q. And that set up. That was a great combination play by Jarvan. So. Jarvan and Caitlyn, that was just phenomenal.
Yeah, that was
the
really
teamwork
well
and communication on Zubu Fan Club is what's winning them this game.
I mean, yeah, and their late game, their comp, late game comp is really starting to shine. Also, I mean, not that they are only effective late game, but they get more effective in late game, and I think that that's easy to notice.
And Varus is sitting on. He really needs a last whisper right now.
Right.
He's getting dove on by Jarvan and the equalizer. He needs to be able to get Jarvan out of the way as quickly as possible.
Yeah, he does.
And he's having a hard time doing that. He needs that last whisper. He needs that bit of just extra damage because he does have. Jarvan has a lot of base armor due to his flag. But he's also got the bulwark and a lot of health to back it up. So Jarvan's just being a complete terror this game.
GG Gaming not getting dissuaded here, though. They're just going to keep pushing up mid. TF is bot pushing on his own. So if GG Gaming doesn't make something happen here pretty quick, they're going to have to teleport back and answer the TF. There's a Zonius from Rumble as the Varus ultimate chains out to Jarvan and the rest of the team. They will take the turret down. Blitzcrank taking a lot of damage. The equalizer goes down. Lee Sin's in the middle of it. He's just getting blown up. Nautilus landing his ultimate. Jarvan's going to ult in after all of those ults have been busted, so there's not really anything to stop him. Lux ulting. Jarvan picks up a double kill. Lux getting Caitlyn. Rumble getting Lux. And Nautilus is the only one left, but Rumble and Jarvan are hot on his heels. And Lux picking up Caitlyn. Sorry, Jarvan's going to pick up Nautilus for a triple kill. And that's an ace, while TF is bot lane.
We're seeing some Alex Ich TF play down here in the bot lane.
Yeah, that is not good. That is not good for GG Gaming.
I mean, they lost. They got aced due to it was a 4v5 at that point.
Yeah, it was.
And they just
It
kind
was
of
a 4v5 the whole time.
Yeah, and they just kind of let TF push bot lane. He's like, well, my team's got it. I'm just gonna sit here and push bot lane and be useful.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't even have a list.
Rumble's about to die to blue buff here. Yeah,
Rumble.
He's being forced to run away. Rumble getting out.
Almost dying.
Rumble's greatest enemy is blue buff right now. Blue buff for MVP for GG Gaming.
4v5's GG Gaming almost dies to blue buff.
Right. But all in all,
Blitzcrank finding an unsuspecting Lulu there with Varus. That's not going to end well for her. She's going to get murdered by Lux and Varus and Blitzcrank.
That was almost 1,000 gold kill. Lulu lost oracles for that.
Yep.
On top of a couple more assists, that was almost 1,000k or 1,000k. Wow.
That would be a lot of gold.
A 1,000 gold kill. Excuse me.
That's like a Lulu with like 14 killing sprees at once. 1,000k.
So we are seeing Lulu actually has. I'm looking at Lulu's stats right now. She has 21 assists, so she's been a part of a lot of kills. Jarvan's still
every kill.
And TF does ult onto Lee Sin here.
Oh man, he's going in. Lee Sin's getting slowed, rooted. There's a Nautilus ultimate going on Caitlyn to chain with the Varus ult. Blitzcrank grab. They really want her, and they're going to get her. Lux is going to pick that up. Rumble's going to get Lee Sin, but here comes Jarvan. Jumps in on Varus, and this Jarvan is just doing work. Lux ults and nothing happens. Jarvan gets a double kill. here is Nautilus getting taken down as well. There's an ace. You know, Jarvan has the longsword. That's it. That's all the damage items that Jarvan has is a longsword. he has a Sunfire technically, but like as far as damage is concerned, he has 68 AD.
Well, I mean, we just watched Jarvan 3v1 them basically. GG Gaming picked up Caitlyn perfectly. I mean, that was the perfect play to do. They picked up Caitlyn. I mean, I think they burned a few too many abilities to try to kill her, but they managed to pick.
They did a really good job. And you know, the thing is, if you go F1, they had vision on that entire sequence.
Oh yeah. So, I mean, they had that
Yeah.
covered, but Jarvan's just so big.
Yeah. Jarvan is just huge. I mean, and now he's got a blue buff. I mean, a Baron buff. So now he has, hey, Jarvan just went back and built the Last Whisper, BT dubs. Also, he now has, with that and the Baron buff, he has 206 attack damage.
Slain the dragon.
Yeah, so Jarvan's large and in charge here. He's still every kill he's been involved in, every single one of them.
Actually, no, there's
wow, there's one.
One kill he wasn't involved in now.
We're just gonna give it to him.
Just by a proxy.
Yeah, he's
Just on principle, he gets to be involved.
the sheer terror that he is causing this enemy team is placement enough.
Yeah, I mean, there's not like unless you can take out this Jarvan, like he's just gonna kill your carry. He's gonna kill your carry, and he's gonna kill Lux.
I mean, even right now, Blitzcrank's very dangerous to play because he can't grab anybody on the enemy team except for Caitlyn and turn
Or
it to a
TF.
kill.
Grab
Well,
TF.
TF can Zanyas, and Jarvan
Oh yeah,
responds.
that's true.
So he's got to pull Caitlyn, and there's a lot of meat between him and Caitlyn. So
Yep.
Blitzcrank is ideally just completely useless at this point in the game. Even if he does pull Caitlyn, Jarvan's just going to 3v1 them again.
Yep. And speaking of Jarvan, here he comes over the wall, straight on to Lee Sin. He does have a Last Whisper. TF's coming. He's going to ult in behind the team. Jarvan ults. There's TF gets ulted by Varus, but Jarvan's going to pick up Blitzcrank. We're going to see Varus get TF, but Rumble's going to get Nautilus. Caitlyn's going to get Lee Sin, and Caitlyn's also going to get Lux for a double kill. There's an ace, and I think this is going to be GG, ladies and gentlemen.
And Rumble with the Zanyas after the team fights.
Rumble just loves his
Forcing
Tanyas.
Forcing towers to just attack other things other than himself.
Rumble's trolling really hard.
Yeah, I mean,
The
TF,
GG's
TF played that just
GG's
right.
going-
He
Yep,
went in,
did.
stunned somebody, and then Zanya'd
Yep.
to stop the focus onto him. So he basically just stalled that team fight for GG Gaming at the end there for a second and a half or so.
And that is game, ladies and gentlemen.
So that was
So Asuna Fan Club up 1-0 in the series. Well done. We're going to go into game 2 here in just a little bit. Stick with us.